pretty certain that there's a platinum shortage as far as the physical metals are going, where people are investing in the 1 ounce rounds or the 1 ounce bars. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I was remarking on Sunday evening that platinum was around $13.98, and the ratio from gold to platinum was 1.15, being gold 15% higher than platinum. Now gold is 10% higher than platinum. I should have bought double leveraged platinum during that time, and I don't know why I didn't. I should have, and just dumped it today. I didn't do that, and wasn't quite thinking about that, but I should have. But I think there is a physical shortage of platinum as far as the 1 ounce rounds. Now, I did pull up some facts about it last week about platinum being in short supply coming from South Africa, that they had to pull out from stockpiles to meet demand, even though platinum was almost a $1,900 high this year, and it was dropped down about $1,400. Doesn't make sense. Supply and demand. The supply was down. They had to pull out of stockpiles. Demand was up, and the price sank. Now, I have, there were some people that predicted in 2011 that platinum and palladium were going to take off more than silver. I mean, you can look around for opinions, and you can find any kind of opinion you want. Obviously, that's a fact. But I want to point out something here for Gainesville Coins. You look on their site. Here's their platinum products for 1 ounce. Out of stock. Nothing. And normally they got something, because I've been following this site for some years now. Normally they're not like totally out of stock like this. That tells me there's a lot of buying going on. And this is probably not, I don't even like buying this stuff, because you buy 1 ounce, you could buy a whole slew of silver for, you could buy like 40 ounces of silver for a price of 1 ounce of platinum or more. You could buy more than 40 ounces of silver. So, that's, to me, I still think the silver might be the better bet, but obviously there's a lot of platinum buying going on. And you look at APMEX, they have this stuff, but they're indicating that it's a hot item. And here you have the Australian money, the Australian 1 ounce platinum, hot item. They're describing it as a hot item. A lot of demand on that. Same thing here, the Canadian Maple Leafs, hot item, a lot of demand. And it's never really been, I know that the ratio is not as skewed today as it was on Sunday, but there is definitely going to come upon a time when the platinum ratio is going to go the other way and far beyond. Normally in the last 10 years, if you go from 2000 to 2008, platinum was twice the price of gold. And gold is definitely going to be over $2,500 or $3,000 a year in 2012. Now, I don't know if platinum's going to be $6,000 an ounce, but it's going to more than catch up to gold. It doesn't make, and I think the real key is we're looking at what investors are doing. Investors are buying the physical metals. So what's going on in the paper markets, it seems that the same way silver is being artificially pushed down, the same thing that's going on with platinum and palladium. The physical markets are showing big shortages, and this is probably where you're in longer term you're going to see the most gains. But you can't even buy this stuff in a lot of places now, let alone like if you're looking at silver. I mean, you can get it, but you gotta, in most cases, unless you're looking for generic rounds, you're gonna have a few weeks wait on American Eagles in a lot of places. So I'm waiting till the end of January for stuff that I ordered a week or two ago. So that's what has to happen. And yet we're still looking at these low prices. But almost undoubtedly, I'd have to say, considering the other facts that platinum had to be pulled out of surpluses in South Africa just to meet demand this year. Quite obviously that these 1 ounce rounds are nowhere to be found that easily. I would almost, when they're saying this is a hot item, I would almost think there's going to be some kind of delay, to get them out, I would imagine. And there's a lot of platinum buying going on. So, if I see this stuff pull back again, I'm definitely going to probably move into some double leverage. But I'm looking at this oil. I don't know if it's going to go down even lower. It might. There's no demand on this. But I would probably, whatever one I see pull back the most, I'm going to go into. But if crude oil goes down into the 90s, I'm figuring around, hopefully it goes to 95. That would probably be a good buy point for most of it at that point in time. And then probably see it take off from there again and definitely exceed the 102 or 103 level. But if something goes on, and I don't know if you could actually predict when something happens in Iran, this is the stuff you want to get in. But when this gets up there, watch silver take off. Silver will take off. There's no doubt about it. And there is a serious correlation between the oil and the silver when oil starts taking a serious bull movement upward. But I think, I am not listening to my own advice sometimes, because I should have bought this platinum and double leveraged electronic markets and kept it for a few days and took a gain on it. Quite obviously, when that ratio was that skewed, historically, when it was 1.15, it was never that skewed, ever. So obviously that could have been a good deal, and it should have been acted upon rather than just given some advice on. So I'm going to go throw these things out here as my thoughts come to mind, because let me put it this way. There's a lot of stuff that I do know, and I'm not going to put it out here because I could tell you a lot of different things that go on in tax havens. People think they know what they're talking about. There's a lot of things that go on. British Virgin Islands, BVI, Cayman Islands, Cyprus. There's a lot of things that go on. And, I know a couple of things, but that doesn't mean I know which way this stuff's going to go. I'm just kind of using my common sense on this more than anything. And sometimes just having a little bit of common sense goes a lot more than using purely statistics, although I like to use both.